So what are we talking about today, babe?
Okay, so today, recently we've been talking about priorities.
Yes.
So today's topic is priorities in marriage, part 3.
Part 3.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're talking more specifically the spirituality side.
Okay.
Okay, so where does spirituality fall on your priority list in your marriage?
Wow.
Okay, so let's think about why it falls in that position. And is your spirituality a relationship with God in that space on purpose? Does it fall in that place on purpose?
Okay.
And does it all matter at all?
Does it even matter at all? Okay. I like that. So just a short recap, right? I mean, we've had, this is part 3.
This is part 3.
So part 1, we dealt with priorities individually.
Yes, we dealt with priorities individually, what would happen and what your priorities are before marriage.
Yes.
While dating.
Yes.
And then the next we talked about your priorities while married. Sometimes they change.
Sometimes they change, right?
Yes, and rightfully so with kids, blah, blah. But also we included the foundations of marriage in that to see how those fall and how that all fits into your marriage.
So this time we're taking the spirituality.
Yes, this time we're taking the spirituality side.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome back to another episode of the Marriage Be Like podcast. I am Kenny.
I'm Kenya.
And we are so glad to be here with you on this episode.
It was the eyes for me. The welcome.
Hey, I'm just being energetic. Can I not do that?
No, you can.
Yeah, I mean, it just, because I mean.
It's not like scary energetic.
Well, okay. Okay, maybe. Because here's the thing.
I don't know. It's October. I guess you can't be a little scary.
Well, how welcoming is welcome?
No, I want the energy.
Okay.
The eyeballs.
The eyeballs.
It was a little much.
Okay. That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair. Listen, if this is your first time joining us, we want to say welcome. We're so glad that you found us.
You found us.
Yes. And now that you have, make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell all of your friends and family and
all the things.
Yeah. This is the best podcast ever.
Yes.
Yeah. The Marriage Be Like podcast.
Yes.
For those of you, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I tell you what. For those of you who have been catching us every week on a weekly basis, we want to thank you so much. Like Kenya says, we're growing. Is that what you said last time?
We're growing.
Yeah, we're growing. Did I mimic you right?
You did the best you could.
I did the best I could. I don't have your voice.
This is true.
Right. So, but listen, if you're listening to us on the radio, on envision-radio.com or wherever you get your podcasts, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio,
or
on YouTube. Or on our website at marriagebelike.com.
See, I try to get your voice. I can't get it either.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Okay. Fair. That's fair. Listen, thank you so much. And we appreciate it. You know, we have, if you can see us on video, we've got our Echoes of Faith
devotional
here. This was something that that we participated with several.
Yes.
Right? How many?
Yes.
Let's see, about 15 artists? 15 artists.
Yeah.
15 authors. 15 authors to put together this devotional, Echoes of Faith. Now, this one, you know, we're going to highlight this one today because of the topic that we're talking about today.
And we're going to highlight it because in our calendar review, we'll find out that this month is also book month.
Book month?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So we have our book.
Okay. Tell me something new.
There you go. There you go.
Book month.
Okay. Book month.
All right.
Because we had like National Reading Day or something like that this month as well. So they have book month to go with it.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, and if this is your first time or if you have missed any of our previous episodes, because this is episode number 40.
Yes.
40, right?
40. I thought
40.
you was going to say 14.
No, 40.
40. 40.
Yeah, but there's a T there, so 4T.
Yeah, it is.
So
Yeah.
anyway, go back to marriagebelike.com.
Ooh.
You missed it. Go back to marriagebelike.com.
.com.
You can see all of our previous episodes there. And yeah, you can check us out. I mean, because some of the things that we've done, doing ministry together,
Yes.
right? Was that one of them?
Yes.
Was
That was
another
one of our
one?
titles.
And we spent a couple
Black
episodes.
Marriages in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
We spent a couple episodes talking about,
5 love languages.
yeah. I'm
Oh,
trying
that
to get
wasn't
to
the
that
one you were trying to
wasn't
say. I'm
that's
sorry. I was trying
not.
to help you.
Yeah. We were breaking down the marriage vows.
Yes, we did that one too.
Breaking down the marriage vows. And you know what? And I want to tease something because
What?
you know, I worked a wedding this weekend,
Mhm.
right? And there were the couple did their vows and
Okay.
yeah, and it was something interesting that they said, and I made a note of it. But we'll bring that up in a later episode if we can
Okay.
get them to join us.
Okay.
Yeah, because we like having guests,
Yes, we
right?
do.
So from time to time, we'll have guests. They can share their story, their love story, and things like that. So,
Yes.
so there we are. All right. So share with us, subscribe, and let's get the word out. So what are we talking about today, babe?
Okay, so today, recently we've been talking about priorities.
Yes,
So today's topic is priorities in marriage, part 3.
part 3.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're talking more specifically the spirituality side.
Okay.
Okay, so where does spirituality fall on your priority list in your marriage?
Wow.
Okay, so let's think about why it falls in that position. And is your spirituality a relationship with God in that space on purpose? Does it fall in that place on purpose?
Okay.
And does it all matter at all?
Does it even matter at all? Okay. I like that. So, just a short recap, right? I mean, we've had
Mhm.
this is part 3.
This is part 3.
So, part 1, we dealt with priorities individually.
Yes, we deal with priorities individually, what would happen and what your priorities are before marriage,
Yes.
while dating.
Yes.
And then the next we talked about your priorities while married. Sometimes they change.
Sometimes they change, right?
Yes, and rightfully so with
Yeah.
kids, blah, blah, blah. But also we included the foundations of marriage in
Yes.
that
Yep.
to see how those fall and how that all fits into your marriage.
So this time we're taking the spirituality
Yes, this time we're taking the
aspect.
spirituality side.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So and if you missed parts 1 and 2, they're
Go
always
back.
available.
You can always go back and
You can go
listen.
back, check it out, and
MarriageBeLike.com.
marriagebelike.com.
That's where you can go back and listen.
Yes. Yes. All right. So jump into it, babe. What is
Mhm.
it that we're talking about in terms of spirituality, right?
Um, in terms of spirituality, and the reason why I wanted to put it that way in those questions is because though this is a Christian radio, if you listen to us on envision-radio.com, we also know that on our other platforms, we may not have those who are Christians.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
So then there may be somebody who may feel like they're in a spiritual setting, not necessarily believe in Jesus, or so on and so forth. So then how does the spiritual side affect your priorities? Does it matter to you and where should it be?
Okay. Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to, include everyone. Trying to include everyone. But here on marriagebelike.com, uh, we do believe in Jesus. Let me just make that clear.
Yes. Yes.
But I do
Wholeheartedly.
still, yes, wholeheartedly, but I do still want to include those who may not be at that space. And I know there's a couple who listen that aren't quite there, so I want to make sure that they're included and also understand where we're coming from.
Yes.
How
Okay.
about that?
All right. All right. So,
Let me mention a couple of the foundations that we talked about last week too.
okay, sure.
Okay. So we were talking about the foundations of marriage and how they fit into your priorities and how that can change between the people. So though we're married, if you listen back, you'll notice that our priorities are slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
And so that can also be the same when you talk about the foundations of marriage. So
Yes.
a couple of them, because I'm not going to give y'all everything, you're supposed to go back and listen.
Go back and listen.
Love, respect, intimacy, open communication, etc.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So dealing with those things, how do they fall for you? How do they fall for your spouse? And how do they fall in your marriage? What would come first? Okay. So yes, go back and listen to those so that you can discuss it with your spouse.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna jump into our game. How about that?
Oh, okay. Sure. Sure.
Okay, so this one is I do or I don't.
I do.
Yes. But we're not talking about we're not talking about marriage. It's just general stuff, okay?
Oh,
So
okay.
you just tell us whether you do or whether you don't. And then also do this with your spouse because this is not just for our benefit. It is to help grow communication.
Yes.
It is to help learn about your spouse a
Learn
little bit
about each
more.
other. That's
Yes.
right.
If you talked about all things but never talked about your favorite color, this could be something that, a nice little game could help bring those things out.
Do you know my favorite color?
Blue. What's mine?
You don't have just one.
I don't. That was a trick question. Okay, so I do or I don't wear wedding band regularly.
Yeah, when you can find yours.
And I look on the screen, I don't have it on.
Oh. People, listen. I don't know why she put this in here, right? I don't know why. She's like begging for
You know
punishment.
what? I put it in because I've been so good lately. I really
Oh
have.
man, no, because we can.
No, what happened today was I put on lotion so I wouldn't be ashy on camera.
But
And I just forgot to put my ring back on. That's all.
listen, hold on, because it's bigger than just putting on lotion today.
Oh,
Can you?
look, I have really been faithful in wearing my band. I have a few of them, and so I switch them out from time to time. But
You know,
I've really been doing good.
do you understand why she has a few of them? Can I? I'm going to share it. I don't even need your permission to talk about this.
About I do or I don't on the game, babe. We don't
I'm
have to
sorry,
share
but
stories.
you brought
This ain't
this
story
up.
time.
You brought this up. This is your fault, right? You don't know how much money I have spent on wedding bands for this one right here. There's been times when I purchase one, she wears it for a while, and then she calls me back and says, I can't find. There was one time she lost it for an entire year and found it in her closet. Remember that one?
I remember that one.
Yeah, you may still
I
have that
still
one.
have it.
Okay.
Once I found it, that was it. I kept it.
So, but now the one that I was especially proud of,
I know. That was my favorite.
and yeah, she went to the gym and walked out without it, and of course, it never made it back to.
No.
She went back
Total
looking for
heartbreak.
it.
I
Yeah.
did. Total heartbreak.
So
Yeah, I have a problem keeping up with really small things.
yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know.
whoa,
I don't know why.
whoa! That was kind of underhanded.
Well, no.
You said really small things, like I gave you a really small ring.
No, because remember it was headphones too. I lost several
Okay.
of those.
Yes, you have.
So like I can keep up with my keys, I can keep up with my phone, but it's smaller items that I just can't.
Okay.
That I have issues with, and I don't know why.
I'm gonna try to.
It has nothing to do with the ring. It's
Okay.
just that
All right, move on. Let's move on, because
Okay, so I do or don't. What's the next one, babe?
talk with your hands.
Do you talk with your hands?
Sometimes I do.
Sometimes you do.
Sometimes I do. Not a whole lot though.
I do everywhere, all
Yes,
the time.
your
Look,
hands
I'm
are
right
everywhere.
there. The podcast makes no difference.
I'm telling you, and you know what I had to tell her? I mean, just before we started this, I said, please,
You
please be
did.
careful, because she bangs her hand, she drops her hands
I'm
on
trying.
the table. We're sitting at a table and she just boom, boom, boom. Her
Let me
hands are flying everywhere. And I said, stop doing that, because then I got to go and edit that out. So
we're just gonna leave it. Last week you left it. My hands were.
they were everywhere, but it's because it's too much work. Come on now.
I talk with my hands. I'm expressive that way. I can't help it. Okay, open doors for strangers.
um, I do.
I do too.
Yeah, I do.
I was someplace yesterday and found myself just opening the door. Now I was supposed to be going in the door.
Okay.
But I opened the door to let someone older go ahead of me, and next thing you know, I just ended up standing there. Everybody just kept coming. I was like, "Now I was supposed to be going through the door, though."
So therein lies the problem, right? I
But I
mean,
do that, and that's what made me put it on here because I was like, "Huh, am I the
no,
only one who does that?"
because I really feel self-conscious. Let me tell you what happens to me. We can be, particularly at church, right? Because I
Okay.
mean, you do the Christian thing, open the
Yes.
door. You open the
Yes.
door, where the church lets out, and you open the back door, and everybody's coming through. But at
Yeah.
what point do you let go and let that door hit the next person in the face?
Well, it's not gonna hit the next person in the face.
I
They're
mean,
gonna
that's
pay
how I feel,
attention
though. You know what I'm saying?
because
Like,
you're standing there like, "Okay, I wasn't letting everybody through."
I mean, at some point, I
No,
got to let go so
I
I can move
actually
on.
almost missed my appointment time because I was standing there holding the door. That's why I was like, "What the?"
Yes. Yeah. No, it's tough. It's tough.
But I was trying to make sure that I was, polite to others. And a lot of times, like when you go through the door and you hold it a little longer so the next person can come.
Yeah. What
So I
I
try to do
do,
that too.
I'm gonna tell you what I
Not that I'm a
do.
gentleman, I just try to be polite.
Yeah, okay. So no, I'm gonna tell you what I do is I will, if I walk, if I'm leaving, what I'll do is I will push the door as hard as I can,
Swing it so
swing it
they can
wide
catch it and,
open.
and grab it when they come to it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then maybe the
Because people
person
may not be.
directly behind me is not the
Yes.
one that catches it. Maybe two people behind them. And by that time I'm long gone, so you can't catch me.
Yeah.
I
I
really do
mean, the
feel
the goal,
self-conscious.
and I have seen people do that, and I will run and catch the door. If
Yeah.
I'm one of those people, I'll run up. Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because sometimes the pull of the door can be hard.
Yeah.
You know,
What's funny about that is
yesterday
I've
it was an automatic door. The
yeah,
little press the button, but I don't like to touch it, so I pulled it, and a lot of times they're harder. So to hold it was, yep.
yeah. Sometimes I talk about how self-conscious I am about it, right?
Hmm.
And then but if I were on the receiving end, meaning then if somebody two people ahead of me let the
I
door
would
go
want
and
them
I have
to.
to catch it, it wouldn't bother me to actually
Oh.
catch the
It
door.
wouldn't bother me to catch the door. I'd be totally happy that they are holding the door for me. I
Yeah.
try to do all things to get through the door.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah, which is why I try to do the same. But yesterday I was like, "Oh, I'm thinking about this a little bit differently now."
yeah. Yeah. All right, what's the next one?
Okay, laugh at corny jokes.
I do.
I do too. I like corny jokes. They're funny.
Yeah. I,
And
I,
corny shows.
oh,
We're not gonna talk about it. I'm just saying. I love sarcasm. I don't know why it
yes.
pleases my soul, but it is
Yes.
the funniest thing to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm corny like that. I don't necessarily give corny jokes, I don't think, but I sure laugh at them.
Yeah. I laugh at them. I tell them,
All the above.
yeah. Yeah. Yep. I am the epitome of dad jokes.
Oh yeah, dad jokes. Now you know what? I have hmm. There's a few dad jokes that I have laughed at, but I don't know what it is about dad jokes. They don't get me.
They
Or
don't
may
get you, or you don't
I
get
don't
them.
get them. Maybe that's what it is. I don't
Oh,
hardly laugh at them.
yeah. Sometimes yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
It's
why.
no
I
fun
even
telling
have
you,
watched wait, I've even watched remember how they used to I don't know if they still do, but they used to have the YouTube where they would do dad jokes
yeah,
and they just, back to back to back and whoever laughs
whoever laugh, yeah.
right. I would sit and watch it, not just be literally sitting watching it.
Yeah. Cause anyway,
So I stopped. I was like, okay, yeah, I thought it'd be funny because I love comedy, but it wasn't that funny to me.
yeah, you're no fun in that respect, right?
I don't know why. I don't know why. Okay, so we're gonna jump back in the topic.
Yes.
Hopefully that game will help you
I
with
won.
no one won today
I
because this
win
is
all
not
games, all games.
there's no competition here. It is just for conversation and a little bit of laughter.
Okay.
That's what the games are for, okay? A little bit of quality time. No, no, sir. No. A little bit of quality time with your spouse, a little 10-minute, 5
Yes.
minutes if you have to.
Yes.
Okay. So jumping back in the topic, what does prioritizing your marriage look like? I'm asking you.
You asking me?
Yes, I'm asking
Oh,
you,
I thought you
Kiki.
were asking the listeners.
I am asking the listeners, but I want you to answer.
And I was crazy enough waiting for a response.
Yes, you were,
So,
because you can't hear the listeners. Yep, crazy enough. That's correct.
so I'd say prioritizing. It's all about being intentional.
Yes.
You know, I think I mentioned this before. It's like I'm from New York,
Mhm.
right? And you hail a cab, and you'd hop in the cab, and then the cab takes off, and unless you tell the cab where we're going,
Mhm.
right, he's gonna just start driving. There's only one way for him to go right then, so he might as well just step on the gas and go. But if you don't tell him where we're going, he's not going to turn off of that road,
True. They
right?
just
And
keep going straight.
it's not to say that all cabbies in New York are just going to start, driving. He wants to know where you're going. But if we don't have direction, we're going nowhere fast. That's in our personal lives, it's in our marriage, and everything that we do. If we don't set a plan, then we're not going anywhere. And I think priorities in our personal life, in our marriage, helps us identify the direction that we're going.
Yes. The
Eh,
other piece to that is discussing the priorities,
mm,
because just having the priorities mean nothing if your spouse don't even know what your priorities are.
so you're saying
If
I got to communicate this
you
with you?
actually have to do because mm, you actually have to because your spouse doesn't read your mind
Yeah,
and your spouse priorities might feel a little bit different. One thing can be off and they can throw that whole course.
that's right.
So then you want to be able to make sure that the two of y'all decide what the priorities are and make sure the two of you have that plan together.
On the same page.
Yes, got to be on the same page. One of my favorite one of my favorite phrases to say. But it's just so true. It's just so true. And it can go to anything. So prioritizing your marriage looks like intentionality
Hmm.
and it looks like and it sounds like discussion.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go to the next one. Where does spirituality fall on your priority list?
Let me tell you something. Um, because I was thinking about this in preparation for our this
Today's podcast?
discussion.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, one of the things that I loved or love about us, you and
Okay.
I, is that we it didn't take much bending for us to be on the same page spiritually.
Right. Agree.
I mean, when two people come together, prior to marriage, you're dating, you're considering marriage,
Mm.
there are a lot of questions about things such as spirituality.
Yes.
I think one of the harder tasks for us was actually just finding a church home.
Yeah, actually that's true.
I mean,
We
and when I
for the
say
most part we're on the same page.
right,
Yeah.
and when I say harder task, not because we couldn't see eye to eye in that respect,
Right.
it was just everything else seemed to be so easy because we already agreed on these things.
Right. But we were looking for another church because we were pregnant. So
Yeah,
then the change from single life to marriage, that was all fine.
yeah,
But then once we thought about raising children, we were like,
yeah,
we wanted something a little bit more traditional.
right,
And then we were looking for that. So that's
yeah.
what it was.
So I mean, but I think one of the bigger things, when it comes down to spirituality
Hmm.
in a marriage relationship, is um, there are a lot of questions because I
Yeah.
believe that there. I mean, because we met at a, I guess, a religious institution.
Yes.
Okay, I mean, it was met at school, but it was all religiously related. So there wasn't much variance there between where our mindsets were. But when generally speaking, when we consider where people meet, it may
Mhm.
not be at a religious institution.
Right. And I don't want to say that's where we met because we've already told our story that we
Yeah,
met at a pool party, but we initially saw each other
right, right, right.
at a college,
Yes.
and then
And
we
all of
later
our
saw each other at church,
yes,
and all of our friends were in those same
in those
areas.
same circles.
Yes.
So
So,
yeah,
yeah,
so but I mean, oftentimes you have people who might have met at a public event.
a grocery store.
Yeah. So then there's questions like, well, what do you believe? Do you believe in God? Do you believe in Jesus? Do you go to church?
Right.
And how do you, there's so many theological views that
True.
vary amongst so many people that,
Because we were already in those spaces, we knew those answers.
yeah.
Yeah.
So then there's challenges there, uh, with regard to many people when they come together, and I think that's what I loved about us is we
Mhm.
didn't have as many challenges in that respect. Um, I don't think I think we disagreed on one thing. I mean,
Yeah, I don't even remember what that was. When you said we
yeah,
disagreed, I knew where you were going. I'm like, what was it?
yeah.
I don't remember what it was. I don't
I
remember.
mean, but it was insignificant,
Yeah.
and so um, and we're beyond that now.
Oh,
And it
yes,
may had to do
absolutely.
with the guys, what I'm saying, that but because they're much older now,
It's
it's
true.
no longer a question. So those are some of the things. But I think when it comes down to it, being able to identify um where I am
Mhm.
and now how that correlates with where you are
Right.
spiritually. And sometimes there's a gap.
Yes. I see it this way.
Okay, this way.
You
I
know,
didn't want to put it this way because that
I
means make
mean,
mine is better than yours,
but
but
it could
it's
be because some people may not go to church, but feel like they're spiritual, but may not do devotions and that kind of thing.
mhm,
More like, okay, I just believe in.
yeah,
Does that make sense?
right,
But there's no real effort there. So that's why I see it that way.
okay,
But that's just me. That's just how I see it.
yeah, yeah. That's I mean, and that's fine. I
That way, as in like a scale. Because for those of us who are listening on the radio, you didn't see my hand motions.
right, right, right.
But I see it more like a scale in that sense. And the goal is to have an even scale where each side is the same.
Yes. So and I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly the same.
Doesn't have to be exactly the same
You
because
know,
your spiritual life is personal. But could it be improved? Yes.
yeah. I mean, so and that's the thing. You talk about personal. Your spiritual life is personal, and
But you're still coming together in a
yeah,
marriage.
yeah. So we bring our personal spirituality to each
Right.
other.
We do.
Yeah, and join that together and try to make that work.
And then the question is, where does that fall for you in your marriage? Because let's say, for instance, it's not a big deal for one, but it is for the other.
Hmm.
And then why?
Hmm.
Why is that? Because those kinds of discussions need to happen as well.
Right.
For whatever those reasons are, because in those instances, it is very personal.
Yes.
And so then the question is, how do you work that out in your marriage?
Yeah. Yeah. So do you feel like when we first got married, we first got together,
Mhm.
right? That there was a major variance in our personal spirituality?
Huh.
I mean, from your perspective,
From
and
my well, I don't know. From my perspective, I I would think not. But I also know that I was not the most spiritual, in that time of my life,
yeah.
I wasn't pushing to be closer to God. And I'll just throw it out there. It just is what it is.
And that's fair. I mean, because I mean, I was resolved to not being offended if you said, "Oh, mine was much more than yours."
Were
But
you?
I was,
No, because I knew where I was at the time.
so, but I mean, because you're right.
I was just young and living
We
life,
we were young and living
and
life,
I wanted to
and
be free and to do whatever I wanted to do,
yeah,
which was all great.
yeah,
And really, honestly, it wasn't until I felt like we were getting serious, and then furthermore, my actions. So my thought was, "Ooh, I might need to get closer to Jesus because if this is gonna be something real and we're going to be married, then I probably need to up my spiritual life." I didn't do it yet then. It didn't actually happen until we actually married.
okay,
And then I was like, "Okay, Lord, so here we go,"
yeah,
because we talked about it, Jesus. So now Imma do what I said I was gonna do.
yeah, okay, yeah.
That was what it was for me. What
I
was it for you?
No, I kind of feel the same. I mean, it was I mean, because we grew up, both of us, we kind of grew up
In the church?
in the church, strong Christian homes, right?
Yeah.
And so as a result, we knew what we were supposed to be doing.
Yes.
All right.
Just wasn't doing it at the
Well, just
time for
weren't doing
me.
it. I mean, we were so then yeah, once and that's kind of how it was for me in just about anything. Until things
Yeah.
start really getting real, I didn't really get real. Does that make
Okay,
sense?
it makes total sense. It
So
makes total sense. Yes.
so, so I can't even and far be it from me to judge where you were spiritually, at any point in time.
Right. And we
So,
didn't talk about it.
no, we really didn't,
We didn't talk about it.
probably something we probably should have.
Right, which is why we're talking about these things now.
Yeah,
Don't do like us and wait till the last minute, to
yeah,
discuss those kinds of things. And again, it wasn't until I was pregnant that we were like, "Huh, we need to."
because here's the
That's when we sat down together and talked
yes,
about it.
because that's when, because I'm gonna tell you why it was important for me at that point,
Okay.
because we were bringing another life into the world.
The exact reason for me.
And I did not want to be I did not
I didn't
want to
want
be
to
a
mess that child up.
yeah. I didn't want to be the influence that caused them not to be,
Yeah.
what I knew I
Right.
should have
I mean,
been,
I
you know?
wasn't wilding. I just wasn't really into it. I was
Yeah.
still very churchy in a sense,
Mhm.
but I really wasn't putting effort into my relationship with Jesus. That's probably a better way to put it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because when we met, remember in our story, I was supposed to be singing at a church.
That is correct.
You know what I'm saying? I had a music ministry.
Mhm.
I was doing things,
But I
but
wasn't doing personal
no,
devotionals and that kind of thing.
no.
So I was just, just young and living life. But I
Yeah,
didn't want to bring that aspect into a child's life. I wanted to have
yeah,
something more structured,
yeah,
um, and not necessarily give that child exactly what I got growing up, but to do something
yeah, yeah.
to give them a good head start on a spiritual level.
Right. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, that's where I was.
Yeah.
It was all about making sure that this child is not tainted by my
Yes, exactly.
irresponsibility spiritually. So,
I agree. And I think that's why we finally sat down and talked about it.
yeah,
It wasn't like we didn't discuss how we felt about that either. We just kind of said, you know what, it's probably time we should sit down and decide some things.
yeah,
And that's literally kind of how our conversation started.
yeah,
What do we want to do for this child? What do we want to do differently?
yeah.
And then spiritual just kind of came into that.
And I'm gonna tell you something. What I do not envy are those who find an attraction with an individual that really you can't see eye to eye on spiritual things.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
that's where the priorities fall differently though. Like for instance, for us, the spiritual side is very high.
Yeah.
For us, Jesus comes first.
Mhm.
But for those who may have a different, let's say if they're different religions,
Mhm.
if they feel differently just for whatever their reasons are about the spiritual life, it may come in a different space.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It may not be number one. It
Right.
might be number three. Maybe
Yeah.
family and spouse would come first or something like that. And I
Mm.
don't know because that wasn't our story,
Right.
but I think that there are variations there.
Yeah. 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 And yeah, you're right. Um, but I mean, but what happens? How do we reconcile that when, mine is one and yours is three, or vice versa? How do we reconcile that? And I think that's kind of the meat of where we are when it comes
Yeah.
down to trying to work together is
I was just going to say those words, working together,
yeah.
discussing it and working together. Because if it's not high for me, but it is high for you, I want to appease you in a sense and I want to be able to compromise to an extent.
Hmm.
And then same for you. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? And even if it's not that way and you feel like, oh, you need to just come up to where I am, you don't want to be all high and mighty.
Yeah.
But a discussion, a deep discussion, a thorough discussion with good listening skills
Yeah.
would need to take place and probably on several occasions to make sure that you all are on the same page.
Right. And I like what you said on several occasions, because there aren't very many situations that are resolved in one
One
setting.
conversation, yeah. A lot of times that doesn't happen, you're right,
Yeah. So
particularly when you disagree,
yeah. Yeah. So
and
if
that's
there's
okay.
if there's nothing else you get from from what we say on any episode of this podcast is, you know, sometimes it takes several conversations,
Yes.
so I don't, we want to say, hey, well, let's talk about it, and then feel like we done spent 30 minutes
Woohoo,
talking
we're
about it
good.
and we're done.
Yeah, and
No,
sometimes that's not always the case,
no.
particularly for me, I like to chew on it and think on it some more.
Oh,
So you ain't gotta make faces, sir.
sorry.
It's not necessary.
Sorry. And you know what?
It's not
Listen,
gonna all come to me on that particular day.
but wait, I said all of that, and I'm the first one to say, why can't we just settle this right now?
Yes, he wants it done today,
I
right
do.
now,
I
and
do.
I'm gonna think about it some more. Not that I'm always an overthinker, but I want to be thorough,
Yeah.
and I wanna make sure that I didn't miss anything
She
out of the
asked
conversation.
she
I will
asked
ask a
so
lot
many
of questions.
questions. Oh, man.
I can speak for myself. I will ask a lot of questions to make sure that I understand all points and that there's nothing unsaid. I just like to be thorough. That's all. so so we tend to have a couple conversations specifically when we disagree.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I just tell them what it is and we just do.
Oh,
That's
just tell me what it is, and we just do.
correct. Since you want to make faces, I gave you something to make a face about. There you go. All right, you want to jump into our calendar review?
Yeah, let's break this one up, because but you're gonna have to help me out here, because you put something on
Why?
here that I was just
What?
not familiar with. What does this mean? October 18th is metaphase. What?
A serious typo. It is Menopause Awareness Day.
Oh, because I was like, metaphase. Okay,
No, that is not. I don't know what happened. That's called sleepiness. No,
menopause.
it's menopause.
Menopause.
Menopause Awareness Day. And I didn't know that. Now, mind you, Menopause Awareness Day is gone and gone, but I wanted to at least acknowledge it because so many, particularly in my age group, in my 50s, so many of us are going through menopause. And um perimenopause,
Perimenopause, yes.
yes. So then thanks for the edit, babe. So then it makes it difficult. Life now is new because your body's going through so many changes. And I'm really happy, honestly, because growing up, we didn't hear anything about menopause. Our
Mhm.
mothers went through it, for the various reasons and various ages. But they didn't talk about it.
Right.
You saw them fanning,
Yeah.
and that's as much as I knew about menopause until I started doing research and recently as people started talking more about it and just being more open, which I appreciate because you don't I like to know what could come. So
Yes.
you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
menopause is also not just for me, it's for all those in my family who now have to deal with the foggy brain, who may have to deal with the hot, yeah, who may have to deal with the hot flashes, who may have to deal with what's the shoulder one?
I don't know, but keep going.
But there are lots of other things, just some things are sexual that, the body just does not want to do anymore. And there are so many, oh, what's her name? Melanie, um, the We Do Not Care Club on YouTube. Have you seen that?
No.
She actually made it to like several talk shows. Anyway, she does little clips on TikTok, YouTube, talking about we do not care, and then lists of things that we don't care about because we're in menopause.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
interesting. I think she's quite younger than me, but I'm not quite there yet. But she talks about perimenopause and menopause and how sometimes those things join together. You don't know which one you're in. But sometimes you don't feel like doing your hair. Sometimes you don't feel like, these other things. And yeah, I know you don't have hair, but you're also not a girl, so you don't go through menopause. So, but so many other things that come with that. And I'm not going to discuss all the things about menopause today, but I did want to bring out that menopause tends to be a family thing because what I go through, my spouse goes through.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I wanted to bring that out. So, World Menopause Day, Awareness Day is for everyone to be aware of the things that we women go through
Yeah.
in that aspect.
Yep.
Okay. The 24th is World Polio Day.
Wor World Polio Day.
Yes. So, here in the United States, we have the vaccination, don't we, for polio?
Yeah. So
But
do.
that is not the case around the world. And polio actually can come in devastating times and can leave devastation on the body. Also, um for those who are in areas who don't have the vaccination, you know what I mean? So being able to be aware of polio, what it does to the body, to be able to get vaccinated and make sure that you don't get it.
Mhm.
Um is helpful, and the whole point of this day is to make people aware and give
Yeah.
the information about it.
And here's the thing. I mean, and just a quick Google search can kind of give you
Yes.
some information about polio for that
Mhm.
matter. But one of the most astounding things about that is 95% of people who have it show no symptoms.
Yeah.
I mean, just yeah, 95% show no symptoms. So then, it's like me walking around here and I got something that is very highly contagious and no one knows. I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? So that's something to really be concerned about. And the polio is
Yeah.
it's a viral disease and cause paralysis.
Yes.
So just a little tidbit of information um
Thank you, babe.
since we're talking about World Polio Day.
Yes, World Polio Day. Okay, so just to give a few things for this month, because I know that October is almost over, but it is National Physical Therapy Month.
Okay, then.
You had to ever go to physical therapy?
Yeah, when I had surgery on my shoulder for
Oh,
torn
yes,
this
yes, yes.
torn rotator cuff.
Yes, I've gone to physical therapy on a couple times.
Yeah.
My most recent one was when I messed up my knee.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was most that the physical therapy was painful for them.
Man,
So,
it was
yeah.
painful for me. I didn't even finish
Whew,
it. I was like,
yeah.
man, forget this. This is not fun.
Yeah, no, it's not fun. It pushes your body.
Yeah,
I appreciated my physical therapist, but I wasn't happy with him because it had me in pain because my body didn't want to do what they were asking it to do,
right.
which was, heal and not just be stuck. But yeah, so I appreciate anyone who's in physical therapy. Thank you so much. And happy National Physical Therapy Month.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one is fall festivals. It's fall festival time,
Yes.
harvest time, Halloween,
Yes.
whichever
Yes.
one you like to celebrate.
Yeah.
So, Halloween Safety Month.
Okay.
We have some of the same issues during Halloween that we have 4th of July.
Yeah.
with fireworks and
Mm.
fires and that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
So Halloween Safety Month. And I know I had mentioned it before, but I figured I'd mention it again since Halloween is coming up. Make sure you are safe. Whatever you're planning to do for Halloween, make sure you're safe. Whatever you're planning to do for fall festivals,
Be
be
safe.
safe. All right. So it's also Emotional Wellness Month.
All right.
You want to talk a little bit about that one, babe? I've been talking a lot. I'm gonna
No,
put my
yeah,
phone down.
you talk a lot. So
The shade.
Emotional Wellness Month. Listen, a lot of focus now has been on mental health,
Yes,
you know. Um
rightfully so.
yeah. Emotional wellness is a little different than mental health, though they are closely related,
Mhm.
right? I mean, because when you talk about mental health, we look at things such as depression,
Yes.
right? But then emotionally, how does that affect you emotionally? And then the impact that your mental health has on someone else's emotion.
Yes.
You know, if I suffer or I'm challenged with depression, how does that impact my wife? You
Mhm.
know, and
Anxiety.
yeah, the anxiety and all these things. Um, so it's really important to be aware of of the things that impact us emotionally. Because here's the other thing, we are seeing a lot of manifestation or results from unstable emotional or
Yes.
mental health
Yes.
um, individuals. When we talk about mass
That
shootings,
was the first thing that came to my mind.
you
Yep.
know, the all kinds of things. And because here's the thing, um, wow, a split second decision
Mhm.
causes loss of life, causes calamity,
Yes.
and end up tragic. And so
And
if
affects so many people.
so many people, I mean, and we are living in a time where even the smallest of person has such a powerful impact on life around them.
Yes.
Weapons, driving a car, somebody just has this crazy thought in their mind to turn the car off the off the road, and then how many people are impacted by that
Right.
if they're not killed or really injured. So emotional wellness month is something that we need to pay attention to. Next, we got International School Library Month.
Yes.
That was a mouthful. International School Library. uh
But it's
this.
to encourage, particularly school, is to
Yeah.
encourage the kids to read.
Read. Okay. Yeah, reading is fundamental,
Yes, it
kids.
is.
Kids. So and then National Book Month. Yes.
Let me
Echoes
show
of
off this book right here on our
Echoes of
table.
Faith. Faith, faith,
Yes.
faith.
Echoes of Faith.
Echoes of Faith is a 30-day devotional that we participated in.
Yes. Not
Um,
dated
Not dated. Now you keep saying that, and it took me a couple times to understand what you meant by that, but it's
because a
not.
lot of devotionals are dated. And so
Yeah.
then you're stuck doing it during that time.
Yeah.
Now, I tend to not do that, but but I say not dated because I don't want people to feel like, oh, well, if I just do it in this time period, then next thing you know, I can't read it again. But
Uh,
that's not true.
I
This
can
one
only read
isn't
it on the first of May.
right. This one is not dated, so you can go back and read it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And we do one every year, actually.
Mm-hmm.
This was the first time that we participated in it.
Yeah.
So for National Book Month, we have it on our table so that all can see. And you can order it where, babe?
At Kenny and Kenya at marriagebelike.com.
marriagebelike.com.
I did that all the way wrong. I did.
You
I was
did.
supposed to
You
say
said my name,
I did.
but it's all right. I'll
So
let
let
you.
me try that again. At Kenny and
Kenya,
at
marriagebelike.com.
marriagebelike.com.
That's where you can order our book.
Yeah, I need to redo. I need those do-overs. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay, so let's jump back into our topic.
sure.
Does it matter to put God first?
So um
We kind of touched on it earlier.
we did. I mean, because here's the thing. you say put God first, right?
Mhm.
Should we put can we say spirituality? And I don't want to discount God, all right? But in the interest of being inclusive,
Mhm.
right? Because there are those who have a spiritual mindset as opposed to a um uh God mindset, right?
Yes.
All right, so if we say does it matter to put spirituality first? Now, whether your spirituality is of the triune God or whatever the case may be, okay, because I just want to be as inclusive. I don't want to discount anyone or anybody in this respect.
Mhm.
But I think for me, it does matter. It
Yes.
matters because
For
of
me in my house,
yeah,
it does matter.
because that's what I hold on to,
Yes.
you know.
That's
Um,
what drives my life,
yeah,
honestly. And so that's what we raised our children
yeah.
to do and to believe, to put God first.
Hmm.
And then you, Kenny, would come second.
Aw, to you, for you.
Yes.
Aw, I'm about to cry.
Oh my goodness. So here's the next question. If our spirituality or if Jesus is first, right?
Hmm.
In our priority list, how much effort do we give in that relationship versus how much we give in our marriage?
So we're asking to compare the two.
Yeah.
Um, wow, wow. That's a very good question. I didn't read that in there.
You skip by the question?
I did. I didn't read that.
Because here's the thing, it takes work for any relationship.
Yes.
So then if you're saying that my spiritual life is first and then my marriage is second, and even if it's vice versa, what's the difference between the two in how you
Approach
manage
it.
your life,
Yeah.
how you approach it,
Yeah.
and then versus number 3, let's say it's children.
Hmm.
So, can anyone see that your spiritual life would be first, looking at your life?
Wow.
How do you approach that, and does that portray like you think it does?
I love the question, Kenya, because really when we think about it, um, it actually is kind of more of a litmus test
Mm,
of our priorities. We can
yes,
say that our priority is A, B, and
I
C.
can see it all day long.
Yeah, we can say that, and we can give the right answers, right? But then, what does our lifestyle manifest?
What do your children see
Yeah,
when you say that my spiritual life is first?
is this? Yeah,
They're right there in the house with you.
yeah.
So would they believe it?
Hmm. I remember, I remember one day I was laying across the bed,
Mhm.
um, and we've gotten into this digital age now where,
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
how many actual leather bound Bibles do we find anywhere?
Yeah, I still have mine.
I've got mine. I don't know where it is, but I do have one. Uh, I mean, because I have my iPad, my phone, my
I use
computer.
them all actually.
Yeah,
I sure do.
but I remember I was laying across the bed and I had one of my favorite leather bound. Remember that red one?
I remember the red one.
Yeah. And so I was laid there and I was reading, and it might have was it Elijah?
I don't know because I don't know the story. I'm being
Okay, so Elijah walked into the room. That's the oldest son. He walks into the room and he says, "Dad, what is that you're reading?" And I was like, "So it's the Bible, son." He was like, "Oh, okay." He says, "I've never seen you read the
Oh,
no, don't see you went there.
I
I never
did.
seen you read the actual book
Yeah,
because I've always
use
read
the
it on
phone.
my phone or my iPad. I would always, I mean,
But that's why you said that you don't know where it is.
yeah,
I get that.
Yeah. So you were acting like he said he never seen me
He
read the
n
Bible.
right, that's what I thought you was about to say.
No, that's not what he was saying. He said he had not ever seen me reading the actual
Book.
page
Yes.
book.
Yes.
So and I thought, huh, okay. Because then here's the other thing. He could have seen me reading on my iPad, but
Not
he
even know it's
he
the
doesn't,
Bible.
but is the Bible or not,
Yeah.
you know? Um, but he made that distinction. So then um I have the confidence that he did see me reading the Bible at some point. Just not
Once in your life.
the just not the leather bound one.
Yes, yes. I
So
mean, I'm sure you told him that you read all the time, just generally on the app.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And yeah, that's
When
how
I'm
that
in church,
conversation went.
I don't take my Bible anymore. I did when the children were younger,
Yeah,
but I don't take it anymore. I use my app.
yeah.
It's on the screen
It's on the screen.
oftentimes, yeah.
Yeah. Does that hold us back any, do you think?
I don't think it holds me back.
Yeah.
Um, I personally use all of them. I also listen to the Bible
Yeah. Mhm.
because there are times where I don't want to read it. I don't like to read. If no one ever noticed, I think I get it better when I'm just listening for it, when I'm
Okay.
listening to it. So, but there are times where I do want to, like when I'm using my Bible app, I don't like the highlight of it.
The
I
highlight
don't
of
like to highlight it. So if I want something, for instance, I'll use my Bible app and there's a particular scripture that I may want to highlight, and I can highlight it in my Bible app.
right.
But then I will go to my actual book Bible and get a marker and highlight it.
Oh, okay.
I like to do it there. I tend to read my Bible promises oftentimes with my Bible lessons or what have you, and I like to highlight in there as well. So there are times where I need my Bible, as in the book. But I do all the above, whatever I'm feeling for the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. No, mine is it's more convenient for me to just pull it on my iPad.
Particularly when you're out.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. If I'm at a function, then I'm gonna use my app. I'm not gonna take my Bible.
Yeah.
But if I'm at home and I'm doing devotional, I could use a little bit of both.
Is what's interesting is I don't do it on my phone. I do it on my iPad.
Okay.
I don't pull up the Bible app on my phone.
I'm not even sure mine is on my iPad actually. Do I have the Bible app on my iPad?
Hey, you asking me? It's your iPad.
It's okay. I use my phone. I
Ask
use my
me.
phone and I'll use the actual book. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I don't think it's on my iPad.
I and here's the thing, because if I'm going to read a lot, I need a larger screen. to
Oh,
read.
I got you. I understand.
I
Yeah.
mean, I got this big phone, right?
Yeah, thing's huge.
But I need to read on my iPad.
Okay.
I want to get a bigger iPad.
Y'all see how he slipped that one in? Asking for things in the midst of
I
on a
don't
spiritual
I don't have to ask.
conversation.
I just go ahead and get it.
Mm. Yep, Merry Christmas.
That's my Christmas gift to
To
myself.
yourself, I'll give you $5 on it.
Wow. I don't even want your
I'm
5.
not gonna sing the song.
I don't want your $5. You can say that and get me a real gift.
No, you said you wanted a new iPad, a bigger
That's my
iPad.
gift to myself. Do you hear that? I'm trying to figure out.
It's such an expensive gift. I figured, I could help you out a little bit.
Okay. In addition to what you're gonna get me for Christmas.
I don't recall saying in addition. I don't think I said that. Okay, so let's get back in the topic because we kind of veered off a little bit.
Does
Okay.
it matter? Yes.
Yes, I think it does matter.
Yeah.
I think it does matter.
Yeah.
And it definitely matters for me.
Okay.
So apparently it also matters for you.
Yeah.
But I think that it matters for anyone because the conversation needs to be had to see if it matters.
And so when you ask the question, and again, when we talked about what does our life, our behaviors
Mhm.
manifest with regard to our priorities, right? What actually does come first? And I go back and I look at all the different things. I mean, because both of us are very active in our church,
Yes.
and whether it be behind the scenes in front of the scenes, is that what
Ouch.
behind whether you're
If you're in front, you are the scene.
anyway, um, but so because we are so active, right? I mean, so it caused me to really kind of reconsider. I mean, I did all this thought
Okay.
it since you asked the question.
Mhm.
But we do a whole lot at the church,
Yes.
you know, and so cuz it caused me initially to question, "Hey, wait a minute. Am I doing enough um to manifest that
Okay.
God is the first priority or highest priority in my life?"
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And not that I'm trying to check boxes or what have you, but what does my life and my behavior, my lifestyle say?
Yeah, but if you well, your point is if I say the God's ahead of my life,
Mhm.
then everyone should know that by my actions.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I'm not trying to display that. Okay,
Yes.
because there are a lot of things that I do that are not displayed,
Understood.
you know, that are not displayed, and so as a result, internally, I have I kind of process that and say, oh well, you know what, based on the amount of effort, and I don't want to make it seem like it's an effort thing, but based on
Okay.
all the things that I deem important to do on a daily basis, yeah, God is first priority because
Okay.
I do so much for the ministry of the church, right?
Okay.
Not to get accolades or I mean, even though yeah, words of affirmation would be my primary love language, but not that I'm out here looking for affirmation for what I've done for the church.
No, but you're helping to build the kingdom, which is what you believe that God wants you to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's how I see that. And but I mean, you asked the question, does it matter? Or if
Mhm.
Jesus is our first, do we put as much effort? That's where it was. Or do we put
Right.
as much effort in our relationship with Him as we do in our marriage or other things? And because I mean, I think back to how much conscious effort I put into our marriage, how much
Mhm.
conscious effort I put into being the best father I can be, right?
And
To our
does it all add
sons.
up?
And yes, here's the beauty of it though. For me,
Mhm.
the beauty of it is I put a lot of conscious effort in our marriage. I put a lot
Mhm.
of conscious effort into being the father that I need to be. But the effort that I put into my relationship with God is not a conscious effort because it feels innate. It
Okay.
feels like something that's just automatic for me. I don't even have to think to do certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, I'm part of a number of teams at the church, and we had a meeting just last night.
Mhm.
And in that meeting, a question came up about how something did not work well. And I mean,
Okay.
I jumped in. I was like, hey, I'll take responsibility for that because I did not do this and I did not do that until this time. But it is fixed and you don't have to worry about it. Next time it'll work fine. And then someone chimed in and said, wait a minute, Kenny, you do a lot of things.
Okay.
Every time something goes wrong, Kenny says, I'll take responsibility for that. I will fix it or I'll have it fixed. And but you do so much that I mean, enough. Enough
Yeah. Can you
already.
can you do it all?
Right. And it was never
No.
it was
Let me
never
answer that question. No.
but that was never a thought for me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's no, this needs to be done, so I'm going to do it. You see what I'm saying? And I'm hoping you're following where I'm going with this, but
I'm trying. Okay. Tell me your actual point because I heard several things in there.
well, my point is it is an unconscious effort for me to do things that help build the kingdom.
Okay.
And that for me, in comparison to the conscious effort for me to help build our marriage or help build my relationship with our sons.
Okay, so it's more intentional to build the other things than it is.
I don't want to say intentional. What I want to say is I actually have to think, hey, I need to do this to build my relationship with you.
Okay,
Right. So it takes conscious effort for me.
okay,
Right. But it does not take that level of conscious effort for me to build the kingdom
okay,
because it is just and it's like a gift. You have a gift of cheering up a room. You walk into a room with your
okay,
beautiful smile, right? But and you don't have to think to do that. It's what you do.
okay.
All right?
Thank you.
But when it comes down to say fixing a computer,
Ooh.
you see what I'm saying? Now that
No.
becomes a little more challenging for you,
A lot more challenging,
right?
yes.
Becomes a little more challenging for you. So now, even if you could, and because you've done it before, you have to consciously make the effort to do it
Okay,
because you know it needs to be done, right?
yes.
All right.
We're talking
Uh,
about fixing the computer.
yes,
Okay, yes.
you know it needs to be done, but on in comparison to what you do on a regular basis when you walk into that room and everybody feels better just because you're there, that's unconscious. There's no real conscious effort there,
Right.
right?
Okay,
And that's kind of the point, which means then that I was thinking about I was kind of comparing my effort in being a father, being a husband to being um for lack of a better term, a good Christian, a good follower of Christ.
okay.
You see what I'm saying? Where yeah, I don't think about being a good follower of Christ. I just do.
I This opens up a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I feel like, and I'm just gonna say this quickly, because I feel like I understand what you're meaning, but that's only one aspect of it. It still does take effort to sit down and have devotion
Mhm.
and become closer to him. It does still take effort to sit down and open a Bible.
Yes, yes.
So only in one aspect does it not take effort, and that it's just a flow for you. But in all things, that's not true when it comes to spiritualness.
Right. And granted, I'm talking about for me.
Yes, but even for you,
Mhm.
all those things aren't as effortless as far as getting close to him.
Well,
You're just talking about an aspect of building the kingdom.
I mean, yes.
But as far as your personal relationship and getting to know him and listening to him speak to you, that's a different story. Is it as effortless?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It is. I mean, and I say that because for me, I mean, I truly believe that there are times, even the 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes, when I
Mhm.
just sit. Right when I come home
Mhm.
and I come and I lay across the bed. I like to lay across the bed, but
We're not gonna keep talking about that now. Stop saying it. Make your point.
when I come home and I sit for 10, 15 minutes, I am now opening myself to God,
Okay.
and I listen.
Okay.
And I mean, I really do. Now, do I sit down and say, "Okay, God, I'm here to listen"? No, I don't. I just sit down, and then when God speaks to me, my ears are always open.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? And that every step that I take, my ears are open, and that's and because that has become a habit of mine, um, it becomes an unconscious effort.
Okay.
And that's the point. It's kind of the point I'm making. Sorry, I went around the world for that, but
Whew.
but that's how. But that's really how I. That's really how it is for me. You know,
No, and
um,
I'm not discounting that. I think that that is beautiful. I don't think that works for everybody.
mhm,
And then furthermore, I feel the same. My efforts are effortless when it comes to God, though my process is different.
yeah,
So that also can be said because though our priorities are the same, we get there in different ways.
mhm,
So, yeah, there's so many variables. I'm just going to try to bring it back because we got to close out this podcast at some point. So I'm going to try to bring it back, but there are so many variables to how those things can happen, and even variables into uh how your priorities flow and
Yeah.
fall.
Yeah.
So don't feel bad. There's no right or wrong answer. You know what I mean? The right answer, I guess, really, if we're going to say there's a right answer, the right answer is that you and your spouse have the same answer.
Yeah. That you are fulfilled
Yes.
in that order, right? That you are fulfilled together in that order, because I believe that, true fulfillment is a gift from God,
Yes.
as a result of things being aligned as the things they should work for us,
Yes.
right?
So we're going to leave you, we're going to close it out, and we're going to leave you with this question. If your life was a silent movie, could you see your priorities in order?
Or could people
Could people see your
see your
priorities in order?
priorities in order?
Could your children see your priorities in order? If your life was a silent movie,
Man,
we're not going to answer it.
yeah, because I love it.
But that's the real question, and this is our final episode on priorities.
Oh, not no more? Are you sure?
No more. We've covered quite a bit. We've covered quite a bit. So I wanted to make sure that we got those things in because I don't know if people do like we did and waited a while before we even talked about priorities in our life. But if so, then now is the time to sit and discuss it. And if they've changed, sit and discuss it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay?
Because I mean, and yeah, like you say, if they change, and here's the thing. Anytime is a good time to ask the question.
Yes.
And the reason why I say that is because things change, and we don't know when they change unless we ask the question.
That is correct. It can change for one spouse and not for the other.
Yeah.
So then make sure that you have an open conversation and you are an active listener in that conversation
Yes.
to make sure that your priorities now in conversation fall together.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So thank you again for joining us on the Marriage Be Like podcast. We
Yes.
appreciate you. We appreciate you clicking. We appreciate you sharing. We appreciate you liking. We appreciate you listening to our podcast on all of the platforms.
Yes.
We talked
Wherever you
about
get it.
right wherever you get it. We talked about where they are. And the only one I would mention again is Envision Radio. So envision-radio.com.
.com
We are on the air at 4:00 Eastern Time
on
on
Thursdays.
Thursdays and 3:00 Central Time on Thursdays. And then after that, you can catch us on any of the podcast platforms, particularly iHeartRadio, because that's our newest platform, on Friday and so on.
Yes.
But on Thursdays, Envision Radio gets it only.
Only.
Okay, so also don't forget to order our book.
Yes.
Echoes of Faith.
Faith.
And you can order that on our email. I was looking at you to see if you was ready to say your name.
Oh, okay. Kenny and
Kenya
at marriagebelike.com.
So shout out to our son, KEG Beats, for our theme music.
Yes.
Marriage Be Like podcast is recorded and produced, even on video.
Yes.
By our company, Green Room Entertainment. We are a media production company. And so we are an award-winning media production company.
Yeah.
And so we produce this podcast.
That's right. You can check us out at greenroomentertain.com.
All right. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.